When it comes to marine audio, there has to be a couple check boxes. Number one, it's got to be loud and sound great, but it also has to be fun. Now throw in a little bit of technology, and we have Memphis Audio. Today we've got their president, Nick Lamonaco, coming into the studio with us to share with us the latest tech and offering in the marine audio category. This is CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM, all about Memphis Audio Marine Audio. And it starts now. What's going on, guys, and welcome to another CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu, and when we're talking about Memphis Audio Marine, we've got a huge catalog. We've got something that literally checks the boxes for all your marine audio needs, but more importantly, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into some of the exclusive technology that Memphis has come up with. Now, as mentioned, we've got Nick Lamonaco joining us. So, Nick, welcome to the show once again. And when it comes to the marine audio category, my question for you, Nick, is what is the commitment from Memphis? How serious are you guys actually about marine audio?
Hey, Ben, when it comes to marine audio, we're extremely committed to coming out with the coolest, best sounding, most innovative stuff on the market. We've really put a lot of emphasis into the marine category over the last few years, and we're going to continue to do that. Broadening our product line, making more of our products work with each other easier, even making our stuff work easier with competitors' products, all while being the most innovative and sounding awesome, and of course, looking awesome.
You know, Nick, when it comes to Memphis, I mean, you guys have had some tremendous success in recent years, and I think a lot of it has to do with what you just said there. It's fun product, it's well priced, and you're coming up with some pretty innovative stuff, which is a perfect segue to the first product I want to talk about. We had a chance to take a look at these attack equipped tower speakers that Memphis has come up with. And if you're new to the term, attack is actually an acronym. I'll let Nick get into a little bit more, but it's a unique technology that Memphis has used to implement into their higher frequencies when it comes to marine audio. Now, more specifically, when we're talking about tower speakers, I want to preface this by the fact that these are speakers that are meant for a specific purpose, and that is to project sound behind the boat so that whoever is riding the wake, hence the wake tower speaker, hears it loud and clear. So, Nick, please tell us a little bit about your very innovative tower speaker selection.
Yeah, well, ATTAC stands for Advanced Tweeter Array Construction. So what that means is an array of tweeters. It's not just a clever acronym. We copied what we saw in outdoor concerts with speaker arrays, and we brought that to the marine world. So if you want to take a look at the speaker here, you'll see this is a 10-inch speaker. And on the front of this 10-inch tower speaker, you will see 4 tweeters in a curved array. That grill also rotates 360 degrees, so however your speaker is mounted, you can get that array completely horizontal. What that curve allows is for wider dispersion. So if you're surfing the wake instead of riding the wake on the end of the rope, you'll be able to hear much better. And with those 4 tweeters, not only are they going to give you a much flatter, better sounding frequency response, a lot smoother sound than the harsh compression horn that we've used in the past and virtually all of our competitors use. In addition to sounding better, it's going to play further. So the rate of decay of that sound is much less with the 4 tweeter on the 10 and the 3 tweeter on the 8. So whether you're on the back of the rope wakeboarding and you want to hear that sound, you're going to hear better sound and it's going to be louder. Or you're on the wave surfing either side of the boat, it's going to sound way better because the sound is going to get to you more, and of course a lot clearer sound, so it's not going to be harsh when you're up front like often a lot of those compression horns are. So this tweeter array allows for better sealed 100% waterproof technology, wider dispersion, louder, sounds better, plays further, everything you need. And that's why this is the most innovative and honestly I think the best sounding, best tower speaker that's ever been made. One thing you hear me say all the time is we listen to our customers. Well, in this case, we did again. When it comes to the mounting options and how you mount our tower speaker to the boat, we listen to our customers. They asked for things, and this is what we gave them. So if you take a look at the clamps that we have that come in the box with our tower speakers, we always hear about we want clamps in the box. Those are full stainless steel, so you're not going to have to worry about corrosion, anything like that, whether you're freshwater or you're out in the ocean with that salt water. You see there at the bottom of the mount, you can run that wire easily through the mount to give you a nice, super clean construction. 360-degree swivel there, mounts 1.75 to 3-inch bars, easily mounts on there. So virtually any bar you'll be able to fit. And even if you didn't go in the marine world, if you want to go in the side-by-side world, we'll be able to mount on those bars as well. In addition to that bracket mount that comes in the box, we also have an optional surface mount. So drops right in easily to the existing spot on the top of the speaker, and that allows you to surface mount to a solid tower or on a different part of a boat, on some furniture if you have a different spot for tower speaker. Again, super easy to use. And again, listening to our customer, trying to make things easier, more versatile. And as I mentioned with the attack array, you can twist the front grill and the rear logo to line up with however you're mounting that speaker, where it might be on a curved part of the tower or anything like that. So very versatile mounting. Of course, the mounts come in the box.
Like I said from the top, the innovation that Memphis is bringing to the table here with this attack array of tweeters certainly gives another perspective and another option. I do encourage you, give them a listen. I think you'll see the difference that Nick is talking about there. All right, let's switch over to amplifiers now. Nick, two different series of amplifiers, kind of unique. The first one we're going to talk about is very much a smaller footprint, lots of power, but also built for a harsher condition depending on the location where you want to install these amplifiers. They're called the MX series. So why don't you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, Ben, the MX series of amplifiers really came to be almost as a crossover. We needed a smaller, compact footprint for a lot of power sports applications, and as you know, power sports and marine have a big crossover, very harsh environments. You got dirt, you got water, you got mud, you got all that stuff. In the power sports world, well, in the marine world, obviously, you got water. So that's kind of where these amplifiers were born, and making them small to fit a wide variety of machines, whether it's on the dirt or whether it's in the water. So we take a look at the MX series amplifier. Number one, it's a really good looking amplifier, beautiful black design. Um, what Phil is holding there is the 600.6, so that's a very versatile amplifier. And as you can see, he doesn't have tiny hands, but he doesn't have giant hands, so that amplifier is not that big, and that's going to give you 600 watts of power over 6 channels, fully sealed connection, so you can get this wet. You don't have to worry about a little bit of water splashing on it. And then all the controls there are on the top. Just a few quick screws remove, and you have all the controls right under that black M logo there. That of course illuminates with an LED. But super simple to use as far as the controls being on the top. So once you have this mounted in the cabin of the boat, if you have it in a small spot where it might get a little bit wet, you don't have to worry about it because you've got those connections all sealed, but also have easy access to the connections. And if you look at the amount of power you're getting in size, the MX series is going to be one of the best out there. I think we've got still one of the smallest 800 watt 4 channels out there in existence. If we're talking about like cubic inches of the amp itself. So small, compact power, water resistant, sealed connections, easy controls on top, just everything you need for quick power. Yeah, Ben, as you mentioned, we have two different series of marine amplifiers. So we just talked about the MX. Now we'll talk about the MM. The MM is a larger amplifier. It's designed for a little bit more complex systems. If you've got a big boat, a wakeboard boat, a large fishing boat, etc., that's where you're going to want to use these amplifiers. If we take a look at these amplifiers, initially you're going to see the very sleek design. Beautiful, beautiful heat sink there. All the controls again sealed under those two screws. So you pop those two screws out, that panel with Memphis on it comes right off, and all your controls are there. So with that top on, all the controls are sealed. You see the sealed connections over all the ports as well on the front of the amplifier. And then one thing you'll notice that's super awesome about this amplifier is the speaker connectors. So those are completely sealed. Each of those is 2 channels there, pigtails on the other side. So of course you're going to solder that right with heat shrink because that's what everyone does. But super cool with the seal design. You've got the removable power lug. So this is all marine rated, ABCY rated marine, which is a standard for all electronics in boats today. And then last but not least, with this amplifier, you see there on the bottom left, we have the dual zone remote that comes in the box. So this allows you on this 6 channel to control the first 4 channels with one of the knobs, and the fifth and sixth channel with the other knob. And that fifth and sixth channel, those are up to 300 watts by 2 and full range. So you can use that to power one 600 watt sub, two 300 watt subs, or your tower speakers, and have that independent control in the box. In addition to the 6 channel, we have a big 600 watt 2 channel and a 500 watt 4 channel. So these amplifiers, we really have everything you need to build a big, loud, awesome sounding system on your boat.
So as you can see, two different series of amplifiers depending on the need of the customer and the setup for as far as system design is concerned. And there you have it in both the MX and the MM series amplifiers from Memphis. All right. Well, if you're building a system, no system is complete without a source unit. And don't worry, Memphis has got you covered there as well. Let's bring on Nick again. And Nick, talk to us a little bit about the SMC3 source unit, which seems to be a very popular model for this application.
Yeah, Ben, when it comes to the SMC3, I'll go back to what I've said time and time again that we listen to our customers. So, when it comes to an everyday price point, obviously good margin for our dealer product. With the SMC3, we tried to pack everything we needed and not too much extra to get the right product for the right price with the right features. So, if we take a look at the SMC3, we can see it's a very simple design as far as the mounting is concerned. You just pop up that front bezel, and you can mount it with 4 screws, or as you see Phil holding that back strap there, you can mount it wedge mount it in there as well. So two mounting options, very versatile, super easy to put in. And then if you look at the front of the unit, you see basic controls. You got your play, pause, forward, back, all that. But one of the coolest things that we have on this, especially for the price point, is the camera input. So that's something that our customers have been asking for a lot when it's come to head units. So if this is in a boat, if this is even in a side by side, we don't need a huge screen. A lot of times you just need to be able to look down and see, hey, is my wakeboarder still above the water? Is my kid still on the tube? That's really all you need to be able to glance at and see. And this makes it super easy to integrate that with the 3.5-inch color screen. So you're going to get AM, FM, weather band, Bluetooth, auxiliary, very, very easy to use, simple controls. You're also going to get dual zone and sub control. So again, trying to talk with our customers to make ease of use. The volume knob, you turn the volume, it's main volume. You tap it once, it's zone 2. You tap it another time, it's sub. So it makes it really easy to control the volume and the fly, even if you don't have to go through any menus or any of that. And then of course the single button for the camera, making it really easy to use, feature packed for a great price. And of course, we don't have a camera hooked up there, but instead of blue, you would see Phil's beautiful face if we had a camera set up there. So definitely give it the SMC3 a look for the price. It's got a lot of features packed into one package. And hey, Ben, I wanted to mention one more thing, a product that we have that is kind of unique, well, really unique. It's not an audio product, but it's an awesome product to install the amplifiers and other accessories in your boat. So take a look at our D block PGM. So this is a distribution block. And if you look at the right side of this block, you've seen that before. That's nothing too crazy unique. It's got odd gauge in, 4/8 gauge out with AFS fusing, and that is dual power and ground. So you can easily hook up 2 amplifiers to that right system there. But if you look on the left, what you also have is 4 ATC fused outputs as well. So comes with a baggie of ring terminals, and now you have ring terminal input for up to 4 different accessories. And again, it's ATC fused, so you can pick your fuse rating there. So this allows you in a boat to hook up your 2 amplifiers, and you have to hook up your RGB controller. You have to hook up your RGB amplifier. Maybe there's a DSP involved, another sort of a fish finder, something like that. Now you have fused outputs in addition to your amplifiers being fused. And we try to think of the installer. So the T25 Torx snaps right in to the top of the cover. You see there with the rubber to make water resistant from water getting into all those connections. So a super cool piece, making install easier to get your amplifiers and other accessories mounted in your boat.
And there you have it, guys. A quick overview of some clutch products coming to you from Memphis Audio in the marine audio category. Nick, to close this out, what message do you have for dealers who maybe haven't had a chance to sample some of your wares when it comes to this category?
Yeah, Ben, I just want to say, if you haven't had a chance to check out Memphis Marine in the last couple of years, definitely do so. As you've seen here, we have some really awesome, new, unique, one of a kind products that really are some of the best in the industry. So definitely give our whole marine line a look, especially if you haven't in the last couple of years.
That was Nick Lamonaco, president of Memphis Audio, joining us for today's Connected. A quick shout out to our man, Phil Cameron, over at Automobility. And on that note, if you happen to be a Canadian dealer tuning in, definitely connect with the folks at Automobility to get your Memphis gear on. For more information about anything that's covered on today's show, hit up the official website found here at memphiscaraudio.com. Now, my takeaway from this is simple. The marine audio industry is basically people looking for an amazing experience to enhance their vessel, in this case, boats. What Memphis has done here is brought to the table not only the promise to deliver great sound, but also some incredible unique talking points that will help you, the dealer, sell through to that customer. From the attack technology on their wake towers all the way down to that little D block unique piece, Memphis is demonstrating here that they are not only committed, but they are delivering on innovative pieces to help you, the dealer, sell through marine audio. And for me, that's a win-win situation. That's it for this CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.
There's never been a better time to have SiriusXM with over 150 channels in your vehicle. Your Platinum Plan offer includes more than ever before to enjoy online, on your phone, or at home. Create your own ad-free personalized stations powered by Pandora. Hear ad-free extra channels and enjoy favorite shows with SiriusXM Video on Demand. What you love is on now.